What can be depreciated in real estate? This video is about depreciation and what kind of expense can be depreciated on a real estate like this. Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and enthusiast. I'm your #1 source for real estate advice online. And with this video, I want to talk a little bit about what can be depreciated on a piece of real estate like this one. Now, I'm a coach to many of the most successful real estate investors, and I'm also a best-selling author of several audiobooks that you can download today at www.juliamspencer.com. There you can find anything from a beginner's guide to real estate investing, an audiobook on flipping, a real estate investing book for foreigners, people that are in other countries that want to invest in the United States, and my latest book, which I'm most proud of, is about tax sale foreclosures. My YouTube channel is one of the most popular YouTube channels on real estate investing advice. I suggest you check it out. Just type in my name in any search engine, Julia M. Spencer, and it'll pop up. Subscribe to it and check out any of those videos there. It's free advice that you can listen to anywhere, on your laptop, on your iPod, on your computer, wherever you wish. And they're there for a free download and you can check them out. You will be blown away with the information that I share. I've accumulated this information over 25 years of real estate investing. I've done all the mistakes for you. I've known all the pitfalls and all the advantages and all the problems that can pop up, and I want to teach you how to avoid them and become a successful real estate investor. Now let's get back to the topic of this video. This video is about depreciation. I've done tons of videos on depreciation. Some of them are calculating depreciation. Others tell you how depreciation affects your taxable income. But this particular video, I wanted to mention one small fact that I omitted to mention before that I thought was kind of obvious. But one of you subscribers pointed out to me that I should probably mention it because it was something that I didn't mention before. But when you calculate depreciation, it's actually calculated on just the structure. It's not on the land. The land is not considered a depreciable asset because its value doesn't go away. Now, unless of course you have land that has like a mine of something, a gold mine, or coal or something else that can be depleted, then that's a special case and you can depreciate it. But in general, real estate property like this is actually only the building is depreciated. So let's say this building is worth about, let's say $300,000, actually this whole piece of real estate, the building and the land, and the building itself is appraised at about $200,000. Of those $300,000, you can actually only count the $200,000 as an depreciable expense, which is basically then divided between 27.5, and that is the amount that you get from that calculation is your expense of depreciation that you can take every single year on that property. Now, there are a couple other things that contribute to what the actual amount is that you could depreciate when you purchase a property. A couple of other things go in there. For example, if you have capital improvements when you purchase the property, that changes your baseline of what you can depreciate. Let's say you buy a building like this, it's just a really plain simple example, and you decide before you're going to actually use it, you're going to put a new roof on it. Now, a new roof is a capital expense. It's depreciated over time rather than expensed in the same 1 year. So you basically would add that to that $200,000. Let's say the roof right here costs maybe $10,000 on this house, and the house, actually just the building, is worth $200,000. You would add the $10,000 to the $200,000, and then you would use that $210,000 of the building and divide that by 27.5 to get your depreciation expense for that year. So that's how it's actually calculated. Don't count the land. The land is not a depreciable asset. And this is also important if you're making a calculation in terms of if you're trying to buy property mostly for the depreciation expenses, the non-cash losses that you want to realize. So when you purchase properties and you want to basically take into account the depreciation, you need to really be mindful and aware what part of the real estate that you're buying is allocated to the land and what part is allocated to the building. Another reason why that actually matters is once you talk to an insurance agent and you want to insure a house like that, they're going to insure the building, they're not going to insure the land. If the whole thing basically burns down or gets taken by a hurricane or a tornado, the land will still be there, and the insurance is not going to need to insure the land that the building stands on, because you can go and just build another building. So they're going to insure the building only. And for more tips like this, go to my website. I have tons of experience, tons of information on this topic. Go to www.juliamspencer.com. Download your free guide to real estate investing today and sign up for my newsletter. And I hope to see you investing soon.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.